you're doing a double? I'm doing a double. I'm doing a double. Irene, are you doing a double? You're not hanging out all day?
Not that I know of.
Oh, well, you should stay.
I might.
You might as well. I mean, it's going to be a good time.
I think we need a double shot of espresso then, Mark.
Around this morning, around this afternoon. All right, so we are gearing up for this storm that will eventually have a high impact on Connecticut, especially with regard to travel. This morning, you may see some flakes as you head out the door, especially throughout coastal and southern Connecticut. It's not until the evening commute that things will become rather treacherous statewide. That's when we expect snow to really start adding up across within our borders across the state. Wind damage and power outages. We could see some gusts around 40, so isolated power outages are certainly a possibility. And then coastal flooding, some minor coastal flooding is possible, but not a major concern, just those normal, typically prone areas. So early morning pinpoint Doppler, it looks a little bit more ominous as compared to what's actually coming out of the sky, because a lot of what you see here is not reaching the ground. The air at the surface is so dry that it's taking some time to saturate to overcome that dry air. So we've had a couple reports, one from Old Lyme, where we do have some snow, some flakes flying around, but really not accumulating. Again, shouldn't be an issue for the morning commute. It's later today that conditions will be deteriorating. And here's a look at dew point values in the teens. The air, again, very, very dry when the actual air temperatures in the 20s and low 30s. So a view from Hartford showing a fairly quiet start to the day. From the inside looking out, not bad, but you step outside, you feel that tough combination of cold and wind. Our view from New Haven looking down on the streets of the Elm City, dry there and dry really all across the state. And our view from New London, you can see the flag blowing around in the wind. We've already had some wind gusts around 25 miles an hour. Later today, they could go up to around 40 miles an hour. And here's our view from Waterbury, showing dry roads there. We've got temperatures upper 20s, low 30s inland, mid to upper 30s along the shoreline. Winds northeasterly, 10 to 15 miles an hour, making it feel even colder throughout the state. So you'll have that to deal with this morning, snow to deal with later on today. So you can see the precipitation to our south scattered and light as it tries to lift northward. The storm is in the very early stages of development. The main energy's back across West Virginia. We're watching for a secondary storm to develop off the Delmarva Peninsula. You can kind of see that counterclockwise spin there in the last couple of frames. So as that storm gets going and slowly moves offshore, but to the east, it's going to bring snow to Connecticut later today. And there's, you can see on Futurecast by around lunchtime, the snow trying to work farther northward. It's going to take some time to do so, likely after lunchtime before even reaching the Massachusetts border. It's through the evening hours, and we were detailing this yesterday, that we're going to see the height of the storm. That's when we could see snowfall rates 1 to 2 inches an hour, reducing visibility, and that's when the snow is really going to add up. By, say, around 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, the storm is going to be winding down and exiting with some partial clearing taking place thereafter. So with regard to snowfall totals, this deepest, darkest blue here indicating where we'll likely see the heaviest totals, where we could go higher than a foot. But generally speaking, 6 to 12 inches throughout the southern 2/3 of the state. A sharp cutoff, though, as you head toward the Massachusetts border. Say